What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I'm your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the one, the only Midwest Mike. What's going on, buddy?
What's happening, man?
Nothing much. Miss being on here. We had to skip a couple shows, huh?
Yeah, we're
What?
back.
We're back. Feeling
Tuesday.
good. Little back and forth kind of stretch here, but still
Yeah.
up. Still
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Still up. We had a bad, Friday actually wasn't bad. It was down 3 units, and that was because of the Oilers meltdown is what it is. But so that is what it is. Saturday was a bad day. Sunday was a great day. And yesterday was a bad day. So a little back and forth. But it's not normal to have these, down 9, up 8, down 9 type days. But we've had them 3 days in a row. So,
yeah.
Is what it is, but Super Tuesday, I looked back, we made money the last 2, and the one 3 weeks ago we finished down like 0.83 units or something. So the last 3 Tuesdays have been good. And this is probably my favorite card on a Tuesday. This year for sure for college basketball. I have 7 plays, and I think we can hit all fucking 7 of them. So
yeah, I can tell, man, because things are
usually when I have 10 plays, I don't expect to. I don't expect to hit them all. It's a process. It's a system. It's just about hitting more than you lose and making money ultimately. But
yeah,
hey, 6-1, 7-0. I don't think it's out of the question. We'll see.
How beautiful would that be? College hoops has been good. And yeah, I could tell you're pumped about this card. You were posting things at 3:00 in the morning. It was, you know how you do. We got Lucas Jones in the house. What up, big Luke?
Good.
How you doing, buddy? Ryan, what up, Ryan?
What's
up,
going
boys?
on, man?
Thank you guys for joining us. As always, throwing your questions, bankroll questions, game questions. I know everybody comes on this show to listen to me and my NBA picks. Sadly, the NBA is not going on yet, so I don't got much to say.
Yeah.
But Mike will throw his 2 cents in on anything you guys want him to talk about. So college basketball futures, couple posted now. I know we've had multiple questions about those, so that's cool to have in the portal.
I think I posted like 6, but it's all 6 of them is a total risk of like 1.5 units or something. So 4 of them pay 5 units, and 2 of them are bigger faves that pay like 2.5. But either way, I don't see how we don't have some type of hedge opportunity in the Final Four championship. Ideally, it'd be nice to have 2 of them playing each other. But worst case scenario, we drop all 6, lose 1.5 units. It is what it is, but it'll make it more fun regardless. And
absolutely,
I think we ultimately have a shot at making a little bit of money. So
love it. I've never dabbled in NCAA futures just because I feel it's too tough of a board. March Madness is right around the corner, though. And I'm excited for what you got up there. So if anybody wants those, I believe all you have to do is join weekly, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Weekly, monthly, and yearly.
Weekly, monthly, and yearly. I'll get those. So if you guys want to hop on, if you're normal daily people, you want those futures, buy a week, make some money for a week, and get those futures locked in before March starts. It's creeping up, man. It's creeping up.
It's almost here.
It absolutely is. Let's see here. Lawful Shepherd saying that the Islanders came back. It's Islanders Day. It's all scripted.
I watched the first 2 periods. I didn't watch the 3rd period, so I can't say what happened then. But first period, Pittsburgh could have easily had 3 or 4 different goals versus an average goalie. But Sorokin was just playing out of his mind. I retweeted something last night. One of his saves. The puck was going in, and he just moved his stick up, and his stick hit the fucking
unbelievable.
That was just one of 3 or 4 that not like that with the stick thing, but like one that crossed the line, but not all the way over. It was just one of those deals. But
one of those deals.
not much you can do. Got a good line. The line moved a shit ton. It was a great spot for the Penguins. We cashed on the Islanders versus the Penguins on Friday. Yeah, it sucks, but he single-handedly. Like I said, I didn't see the third period, so I can't tell you what happened then. But I saw the first two periods, and he was playing out of his mind. And from what I saw, he single-handedly beat the Penguins. So
terrible, man, terrible. I don't know. We've touched on the scripting of sports on this show before, and I don't know if we want to get into that again. But I will say something that was a little storybook moment that happened for me. Went to the Blackhawks game, celebrate my dad's birthday. It was yesterday, but the game was on the 19th. So we went and playing the Maple Leafs. They had absolutely no business winning that game. None. And Patrick Kane, if it is his last home game, absolutely balled out, had a hat trick, 4 points. It was great to be in the stadium for that. My dad was a happy camper, but I hit a bet. I hit a bet on the Hawks for once. It's not many money line spots you get hit with the Blackhawks. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Tar Heel in the house. What's going on, Tar Heel? Are you gonna take care of the emails for us? All right. Appreciate it.
I just post that sometimes. I mean, we get a lot more than that, but just post that shit sometimes just because I'm sure there's other people that are thinking the same thing. So it's just to address it. I usually don't respond to the emails. Well, when you give a fake email, you can't respond to it anyways. But yeah.
It is quite challenging to do that. It is quite challenging.
But when you put it in other words and lingo, like the stock market, because it's pretty much exactly like that. Yeah. After you think of it that way, it kind of doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, I mean, there's people that are betting money that they can't afford to lose. There's people that buy a daily and think it's guaranteed that you're gonna go off because you like a couple plays. The Penguins, I would do over. TCU, I'd say I was on the wrong side of that one. Penguins, I would definitely do over. Just like I said, from what I saw in the first two periods, Sorokin played out of his mind. Looks like Gavin said Jari gave the puck to the other team behind the net. Shit happens. Shit happens, man. But,
yeah.
We got a big card today, though. I got a 5-unit parlay of the day. I got 2 3-unit college basketball spots, 3 2-unit. One of them just posted the free play, and then a 3-unit NHL. So love all of them. Like, love them. So, yeah, should be good.
Love it, man. Love it. Hunter in the house. We're fighting people on Twitter. Twitter is a beautiful ecosystem of love and hate all mixing together, and it's a fun place. It's a fun place to be. Lawful Shepherd question here: top 3 college basketball players that you think will translate good in the NBA. What do you think about that, Mike?
Translate good in the NBA? I mean, first one that comes to mind, it seems like he's been around for years and is 35 years old, is Drew Timme.
Yeah. Legit, man. Legit.
Like, he feels like he's like LeBron James of the college basketball. Like, I thought he was playing 15 years ago or something. I mean,
it certainly seems like that, man. I couldn't believe he was still playing.
Got the headband on, fucking ready to rock, man.
He's ready to rock.
But yeah, I mean, he comes to mind. I mean, he's the Zags, number 1 guy. I'm not really a fan of Baycott. Miller from Alabama, I think he'll be good. It'll be interesting to see Oscar Tshiebwe from Kentucky. I mean, that's the thing with these college guys is there's some of them can just be busts. I mean, we've seen that the Timberwolves have drafted enough of them with their fucking first-round pick, and then they turn out to be nothing. You know what I mean? We passed up on Steph Curry,
right?
Shit like that. But Trace Jackson, from Indiana. I mean, there's quite a few of them. You know, you could almost pick one from every team that, you know, good team, top 25 team has a legit chance. But let's see.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right. So Jimmy is in the house, our guy who normally comes on the show. As always, we always throw it on socials and everything like that. If you guys want to come on, ever share a play, bring up a topic that's happening in sports, you want to throw your 2 cents in it, you guys are more than welcome to. All you got to do is send an email to contact@midwestmikesports.com and join the show. Please make sure it is a real email so we can send you the link to get into the show. But Jimmy, he's back. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
Good, man. How about you?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Can't complain, brother. Another working day.
Another day, another dollar, right?
Yep. Trying to get on this second job here with these sports picks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you got for us?
I got a 3-team 4-point teaser with Baylor, Virginia Tech, and Missouri. It's at a plus 180. That 3-team teaser. They all end up with points, obviously. I think all 3 spots are in a really good spot for them to come back as a revenge game, right? They lost all 3 meetings they've lost against the opposing team that they're playing against today. So I think it's a good spot for all 3 of them to actually just win. I don't see them not covering their spread, but you know, 4-point teaser works for me. It's at a plus odds, so I'll take it.
I like it. Only at the Missouri game, I'm just not sure about. I mean, it's a great spot for them and everything. They've just looked like shit here lately, and I personally probably can't back that one. But yeah, I mean, you're doing it the right way because I don't like the 3.5, 3 point. You know, if you buy a half point 3, I don't like that. But if you can get it at +1 or something, I like that a lot better. So that's probably the right way to play it. So
yeah, I'm doing 2 of them. I'm for one of them. It's with Missouri. The next one is with Michigan State.
I was gonna say, yeah. Because when I see your email or whatever, that's another good one to do it with. So
yeah, so I'm doing both 3-team teasers, and we'll see how it goes, man. I think it's a good spot. Your card today, man, lovely. I love it.
I do
love
too.
That card today.
And I don't just say that just to like sell shit. Like when I say I love it, I love it. So
yeah, it's you got all these people. You know, I see the emails that you've been posted about people just talking random shit, and it's just like, bro, gambling. First of all, there's nothing for sure in this world, right?
No.
I can guarantee you, gambling is nowhere near the top of the list, and that's what this is. At the end of the day, it's gambling, and if you don't got the funds to support your gambling habit, then you shouldn't be in this game. You know what I mean? Do it with the funds that you can do it with. Yeah. And now, if you know, God forbid, you got hungry kids at home because you have a bad addiction to, you know, picking stupid plays on your own and you betting only on the plays that you want to bet on. At the end of the day, all fingers point to you. So, I personally, I wouldn't pay no mind to these people talking shit to you. I feel like you give them a platform every time you post their emails, right? So they get a kick out of it, and to them, it's attention. But personally, you're doing a fucking hell of a job, bro. I got no argument with you. It's an up and down roller coaster for any type of gambling, whether it's sports, whether it's with friends, whether it's you know, just random things. It's gonna be up and down. At the end of the day, we're in the positive, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. And it'd be different if I was using the word lock of the year like a lot of these guys do, but there's no such thing as a lock. So
yeah,
if I ever use lock of the year and it loses, you got every right to troll me and fucking chirp me. But there's a reason I don't use the word lock, because there's no fucking thing. I don't care what it is. So
especially in sports, you just don't know what the hell's gonna happen.
Especially with college kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. They're out. Who knows what they're doing at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
We've all been there.
It's fair, especially in these colleges, man. They got all the rights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you want, man.
I love it. I love it, Jimmy. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Appreciate your
kind words.
Hit those teasers, man.
Let's fucking do it. Let's do it.
Let's
like it.
cash, buddy. You
All
take
right,
care.
brother. You guys have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too.
Peace. Love Jimmy. Love Jimmy coming on. Jimmy's getting some love. Preach. Love it. Couldn't
And
agree
back to
more.
Lawful Shepherd. Baylor's got a couple guards. Keontae George. I mean, he's only a freshman. That dude is fucking. I think he's gonna be a stud. It's just a tough question. In top three, it's excuse me, really tough to narrow down. Obviously, Zach Edey. I think he'll either be really good or he'll just be a bust.
Yeah.
Those big guys like that, sometimes they just, like I said, I think he'll either be really good or who's like George Mirasan, or you know what I mean? Those big guys that he's a lot more talented than him. But the NBA is also different. It's different when you're going up against people that are a foot shorter than you in college. But in the NBA, every team's got a fucking 7-footer. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you really got to see him play people his height and stuff to really see how he does and stuff. And I'm sure in combines and all that stuff coming up, you get a taste of that and see what he's really got. But yeah, one of my favorites to watch is Keontae George. I'm excited to watch a little bit of that game tonight. He's a stud, man. The backcourt in Baylor is probably one of the best in college basketball. So,
yeah, fun team to watch, man. Fun team to watch.
I'm just into the Big 12, man. Big 12 is so fun to watch. Seriously, just so much talent.
Yeah, it's nice to it's nice to be able to watch a good competitive conference now that my NBA's been on their little break. What you guys think of the All-Star game? I know there was many mixed reviews. I didn't either. I just saw some different highlights. I was at the Hawks game, but I did see some comments on it, how it was just terrible, no defense. It's just, I don't know.
Oh no, I take that back because I was watching the Iowa and then like the Boise State game. We needed to cash that parlay and stuff, so I was watching that. But I turned it on literally during a commercial break for like 1 minute, and it was guys just standing around, and LeBron came running down, and they just chucked it up to him for an alley-oop, and yeah, there was no defense at all from the
terrible
30 seconds that I saw.
Just terrible, man. Just terrible. And, I think if these players are going to continue, I know I was watching First Take this morning, and they were sounding off about
load management.
And
JJ Redick.
JJ, yeah, they had to cut him short because they had to go to commercial break. But I mean, with all the load management going on in the league, and then you go into that All-Star game, I know people were even upset that there was nothing to do. There was some funny comments with Chuck and Shaq, but I don't know, man. I mean, people pay a lot of money to go to those games, a regular season game and All-Star weekend. It's like a big thing. And for that to nobody's
even doing the dunk contest anymore. Nobody really gives a shit. So
right. And these are supposed to be big fan events and big things. And I think it's just someone's got to do something, or someone's got to say something. It's got to come from up top about these players kind of caring a little bit more about the product that they're about.
On there is it's coming from it's not even always the players, it's the teams protecting their investment. These guys signing a big contract and stuff, and then the team saying, you're sitting out because we need you, good for the playoffs and stuff, and resting them for that. And, when you give somebody $150 million, and like they were saying, every team thinks they can win it. You know what I mean? They're resting them for the playoffs. Ultimately, they want them healthy and rested and ready to go, which I get that side. But you get somebody that, I mean, I see it all the time on Twitter and comments and shit, like even after trades and stuff. Shit, I bought tickets and now this guy's gone, or this guy's sitting out. This is bullshit. I spent $500 on these Knicks tickets, and so and so's resting. The Warriors are resting everybody now, or whatever. And the NBA's got to do something because they're marketing these players and stars and stuff, and then especially when a team comes around once to your hometown and then, one time a year, and then they're resting players and shit, they have every right to be pissed off. So.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's exactly how I attack going to the Nuggets Bucks game a couple weeks back. Me and my buddies, we planned it. We were gonna go regardless, but I was like, hey, there's no reason to buy tickets now. Let's just wait the day of the game when we're driving up. Ended up getting tickets for like $28 a piece because the Nuggets were playing nobody. I saw Bones Highland out there and Jeff Green chucking up threes. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Good question right here, though, from Ryan. Max units should be comfortable putting on your free play today.
I mean, I like it a lot. So let's get into that. Free play today is Texas A&M money line -120. I know it's moved to let me check now. I thought some books were showing like -150. In that case, I'd rather have you take the points. Let's see here. -145. You can take that. Otherwise, the spread's at 2.5. I'd buy a half point and do -2 so either take it -2, -120, or take the money line -145. But I don't really like the money line any higher than that. I mean, I love them to win. Mm-hmm. I just hate paying that kind of juice. So -2 at -120, or max -145 on the money line. And when I posted it, it was 120. So this has just changed in the last hour and a half, probably. And the interesting part is Tennessee's getting about 75% of the tickets and the money on the spread. And the spread opened up at 1.5. The money line actually was at -110 at one point. And it's been moving. So now it's up to 2.5, money line -145, -150 at some books. There is money coming in now on A&M money line, but I just like this. I mean, Tennessee's, I think, 1-3 in their last 4 games. The one game they did win, we were on them versus Alabama. Mm-hmm. A&M's 13-1 at home. 13-1 at home. They have not lost to an SEC opponent on its home court all season. A&M ranks 7th in offensive rebounding. We saw that. I mean, we've been on A&M on or against them here lately, and we've seen the rebounding. I mean, it's ridiculous how many against, I think it was Missouri maybe, that game. It was tough to watch. We were on Missouri that game, so it's tough to watch, but A&M just having so many second chance opportunities. When you're not on them, it drives you fucking nuts. Seriously, it's tough to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we cashed on them versus Alabama in their last or Arkansas, and we're talking about A&M. We cashed on them versus Arkansas in their last home game. They're coming off that road win to Missouri that they just completely dominated. Regression has been starting to hit Tennessee here. It's just in the numbers. Their opponents at the beginning of the season shot ridiculously bad, and over their past 4 games that they're 1-3 in, opponents are shooting a lot better against them now. They've also been dealing with a couple injuries and stuff, but they did beat Bama at home, without those guys. I backed Tennessee against Kentucky this past weekend. I thought they'd be consistent and put together a couple wins in a row, not lose to Kentucky twice, that whole deal. But they don't look good. They're not that good on the road. A&M's solid. I mean, they're 10-2 in conference play. They got a legit shot of giving Alabama a run for the SEC title. And I think Tennessee, for them to win this game, because A&M matches up so well on the interior and on the glass and all that stuff. So I think if Tennessee's going to win this game, they're going to have to hit some threes. And they are, I don't know, they're a bad 3-point shooting team. They are, I got it right here, they're 265th in the country, 32.2%. So they're terrible. Yeah, they're great at defense and stuff, but we've been seeing these numbers regress out of them. And I mean, Missouri just dropped 86 points on them. So I like A&M a lot. Buzz Williams, he's doing a hell of a job. They're fun to watch. They're great on the boards. And I think that could be the difference here. The home court, the offensive rebounding. and shutting Tennessee down from inside the arc and forcing them to shoot these outside shots that they just ain't that good at. So, yeah, there's a chance they, have a good 3-point shooting night. Every team has it here and then, but you just got to go by the datas and the number, especially on the road. I don't see them lighting it up from behind the arc on the road tonight. So I like A&M a lot. I'm liking it more and more. So that's one of my 3 2-unit plays today. And I really like it. So to answer your question, as far as how many units, 2 for sure. I'm not opposed to putting 3 units on it. I like it that much. If you want to be real aggressive, you can put 4 on it, but at the same time, you got to bet within your means and be smart and, take all that into consideration. So, if you're betting your whole paycheck on it and just hoping that it's going to work out, I do not recommend that. Usually the people that chirp are the people that do that. But yeah, it's a solid 2-unit play, close to a 3-unit play for me. So I like it a lot. And I'm liking more what I'm seeing now. When I posted this, I got the money line at -120 based on what I was seeing. Now I'm seeing even a little bit of reverse line movement, some bigger bets coming in on A&M money line. The A&M money lines now went from 120 to 145. That's a great sign. So I'm not opposed to putting 3 units on it now. So personally, I'm probably going to leave it at the 2. I got a lot of stuff out there today, but I'm not opposed to that at all. So
absolutely love it. For anyone popping in, free play. This is the free play today. Texas A&M money line -120.
And then, like I said, that's moved now to 145. Right. You can take it at the 145 or buy a half point, play it at -2, -120. So
there you go. There you go. We got Mike in the house.
Not that scary. A lot of times, even if it's a close game with free throws and stuff at the end, it's at least a 2 to 3 point game. So,
yep. Gavin throwing in here. Any NHL leans
for this? Be honest with you, I got one big NHL spot, and to be honest with you, I didn't really look at much other NHL stuff today. Just to be completely honest with you, I just found my spot. I'm hammering that. That's what I like. There's just so much college basketball that I like today that I just kind of focused on that. NHL been trying to be a little bit more selective. Yesterday was pretty limited slate just with what we had with NHL and MLB. There's 2 spots I really liked yesterday in NHL. The Bruins puck line and that we hit, and then the Penguins that we lost. So the problem is with today, there's shits that's just so juicy. I like the Devils on the puck line. I don't know what the odds are even on that. The money line's -365. The Tampa puck line is too juiced at -200. Money line's -600. There's no value there. You'd have to do a parlay or something with the puck line or something. But I like the Devils puck line. That's probably a little juicy. I don't know if it's 130, 140, 150, somewhere in there probably. But Carolina's juicy. I do like the Capitals, but I'd probably do the 3-way money line because the money line's -160. So I'd probably get the regulation line at around even money or something, but just a small lean. The Kings Wild, maybe the over there. What's that?
Oh, I was just do you continue? I was going to throw in something about that Lightning game, but you go ahead.
You want to throw it in?
I was just going to say, I know the Ducks are bad. Don't get me wrong, but are the Lightning worth -600 coming off 2 losses?
Well, Anaheim just played yesterday against Florida. Lost in overtime. It's really
-600 though, man. Come on now.
No, I get it, but I really don't think there's any shot of Anaheim winning this game today.
No, probably not.
You know what I mean? It's good value, but
the puck line's not bad value.
I'd rather put my money on something else than even touch the Ducks.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know me, man. I always look for those kooky
and if you bet that, I won't even touch the puck line. You got to take the money line and just hope that it hits because the puck line, this will probably be like a 7-5 fucking won 7-2 type game. And you always have the shot at the empty net at the end. I mean, even if it was a 1-goal game, more than likely they're going to bury an empty netter at the end. You know what I mean? Gibson is terrible. Gibson gives up. I mean, or not him personally, but the Ducks, their defense is so bad. They allow so many fucking shots on goal. It's insane. Florida fucking, I don't remember how many shots they ended up on goal yesterday, but it was ridiculous. Like they doubled them up in shots. Anaheim was lucky to make that a game like they did. But the Ducks D is just so bad. And then we got the trade deadline coming here too. So there's some uncertainty with some players on certain teams, and this is kind of a weird time. But Ovechkin's still out. I think he's flying back from Russia today, so I don't think he'll be available for tonight's game for the Capitals. I think the Capitals' last game they played was that one when I had the over this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, that 5.5, that outdoor game. So they're back home. Red Wings have been playing well, but but I didn't really dig into much. I'm hammering one spot on the card in NHL, and that's it. So I'm not going to have any other in NHL. Big college basketball card, and my one big NHL spot.
I love it, man. I love it. Love today's card.
And even the college basketball, it's not even that big of a slate today, but there's just so many good quality games,
right?
Which is it's nice. Some Super Tuesdays, I mean, you got fucking 75 college basketball games going on, and it's tough. But today there's, I don't even know how many games. I'd guess around 20 something. But there's just so many. And this time of the year too, it's kind of like the end of any regular season and any other sport. You know what I mean? There's teams to buy on, there's teams to sell on, there's teams playing for stuff, there's teams not. So that's something you got to kind of factor in.
Absolutely. We had a good question here. Tar Heel saying, do you cap any smaller sports? You even do this for fun, Mike? I know we don't really see much of this on a VIP card, but have you ever dabbled?
No, I've released a couple UFC plays, and I will actually have one coming up here, I think at the beginning of March. I've released like 3 UFC plays ever in my life. I don't handicap it. I have a friend that's all he does is that stuff. And I talk to him every once in a while, and I got a text from him a couple weeks ago, and he told me to hammer this play. And I think I'm on the 3 plays. I think I'm 2-1. I know we had that McGregor one time. I don't know. I know I'm up on UFC MMA. But yeah, this will be I'll probably put 3-4 units on it. The guy's he's really good, but I let you know that up front. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I don't touch it. You know, this is from a friend of mine. That's all he does, and he bets 25 to 50 grand on it himself. So, and he doesn't normally bet that much. You know, he's normally $5 grand a fight type shit. So when he puts 25 to 50 on it, then he lets me know, and then I'll make the decision to put it out there, and I'm going to put this one out there. So
love it.
But yeah, golf. I've done a couple futures here and there. I looked a little bit at the stuff in the last tourney here, but just focus mainly on the main sports and stuff. College baseball, not at all. You may see a golf or MMA stuff here and there, but it's not going to be common.
Should have put Tiger to make the cut plus 140. It was a lock. He did play good though. I watched. Besides Sunday, I watched him play pretty much every day.
I can't watch golf, man. It's too
you know me. I love golf. I mean, I have gotten so into the sport over the past 3 years that it's just I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with it, and always watched Tiger Woods my whole life. And he's walking better, man. I'm really happy to see it. He's walking better, and the swing's still there. Competitive nature obviously never goes away. Swing's still there. He's out driving his peers who are 10, 15 years younger than him. So I think he's got a shot. I think he's got a shot in the next couple tournaments he plays. He's definitely rusty, though. Putting was not good, but,
What was that tourney called?
The Genesis Invitational or something like
Genesis,
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tiger has never won there in his entire career. He always struggles with those greens. So I don't know if the putting was rusty or what it was, but I liked his ball striking and I liked the way he was looking. So if I get plus money on the next tournament for him, whenever he does decide to play, might have to sprinkle a little bit on it just to make the cut. I don't know how far he can go, but just to make the cut.
You think he's back?
I don't know if he's back, but I mean, does he look better than the last couple tournaments he's been doing? I mean, he's been limping around like he can't walk. He didn't even finish one tournament. It was so bad. This is the first non-major that he's played in I think since 2019. But his rehab seems to be going well. He's limping a lot less. He made it through the tournament. Iron play was there. Short games rusty. Like I said, the driver was dialed in. I mean, I don't know. I got one buddy that caps golf, and he's pretty good on it. He knows a bunch of people that no one even knows is out there, but it's interesting. A lot of money to be made. It's hard. A lot of plus money.
Oh yeah, you're taking crazy. I mean, and you got to probably put in a few of them. Kind of like with
I've bet a few tournaments, like talking with my buddy who does cap it. He's a huge golfer himself. And probably the best bets I've seen on the board are like the top 25s, top 50s, or matchup play. How many birdies over and under are they going to have in the round? And those are somewhat capable. Other than that, man, it's golf. It's tough. It's tough, man. Luke is throwing in thoughts on Nova.
I like it. I think it's moved from 6 to 4.5. Xavier's coming off that win versus DePaul on Saturday. Nova, the loss against Providence. I think Nova I think they're second in their conference in rebounding next to Creighton. So they hold a pretty big edge there. Should get some second chance looks. I think it's a buy low spot on Nova for sure. I like it it's just a 1 unit play. I don't know if I'll have it on my card or not, but I like it for a unit for sure. You can always buy the half too to +5 -120. I think Nova will shoot. If they shoot decent, from beyond the arc, that's been one of Xavier's weaknesses too defensively. So if they can get rebounds, shoot decent behind the arc, I mean, they take a lot of shots from deep. So if if they have a good percentage of those going down, they should definitely be able to cover, if not even win outright. So Fremantle, he's out. They've been doing good. I think Xavier has one of the oldest rosters in college basketball. So they got a lot of experience and they're still doing good without him. But you got to think that eventually that's going to, catch up to him and bite him in the ass here eventually. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing on the movement. The last time I looked at it, I think Nova was getting like 49% of the tickets and like 77% of the money. So that's why you're seeing that line dip down from 6 to like 4.5 now. But yeah, I like it a lot. I think that I don't do college basketball teasers, but I think Nova would actually be a great teaser spot too. When I like teasing basketball stuff, I like, when you get a spread like that, 4.5, do a 5-point teaser, get that to 9.5, or it's a way to take like a 4 or 5 point favorite and get it down to a pick 'em or a money line or something. So that's how I typically like to do basketball teasers and stuff too. So I know Jimmy was on here earlier talking about his teaser, but yeah, I like Nova. I think it's a buy low spot on them. Xavier's been rolling here, but I hate to use the word due, but they're due. And I think Nova matches up with them well. I think they're a little undervalued. Like I say, if rebounding, they should have an edge there. If they can make their shots from deep, they're going to be chucking them up. So if they can hit some of those at a decent rate, as long as they don't shoot 20% from deep or something like that, I think they should definitely be able to cover, if not win. So
there you go. There you go. Jimmy throwing in a question here. What was your starting bankroll when you first started out?
I started with, I started before, and I was like a lot of the people chirping where, I just set aside $500 and bet it all on one game or two games and lose it and get pissed off. And it's just a cycle until you truly like, okay, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? You got to really commit to it. So at the time, I think I was actually in like my third year in college and saved up money, $5,000, and then started doing $50 units. So that's kind of how I started. And then I still, even at that time, wasn't that good at it. You know what I mean? So I went through my whole bankroll, probably like I wasn't serious about it. Like I wasn't really, I had $5,000, but I was doing stupid stuff. Like I bet 1,000 one game, hit it, and then, had 6, and then do 500 this game, 2,000 this game. So my starting bankroll is $5,000, but I didn't really have a unit structure, really know what I was doing. And then when I got serious about it, I saved up another $5,000. And that was probably like I took a little break even after that, and then saved up another $5,000. In the meantime, was kind of, before even betting, just kind of capping games and just kind of tracking to see how I was doing and stuff. And then I was like in tracking it and everything. And then was like, damn, had I actually been betting these, I probably would have made some money. And then that's when I had a light bulb moment, was like, okay, you can probably actually make some money at this if you're disciplined. And then that's when I saved up another $5,000, did it again, actually did $50 units, not doing stupid shit, throwing 500 one game, 1,000 this game, whatever. And everything at first for me was just 1 unit plays. That's all I did. So it took a while for me, because I just, what would you say, in the last couple of years, moved to the bigger unit structure like I am now. So
I believe it was in 2020, 2018, somewhere in there.
I was doing everything at like like 1 unit was $500. That's how I built it up from 50 a unit. But I was doing, and I did that for a while, where everything was $500, and then on my max plays, I do 1,000 on them. So I was like, every play was 1 unit, and then max plays were 2,000 or 1,000. I mean, double it. And then, when I changed, that's when I started looking at stuff and was like, that's when I noticed the plays that I liked a lot more were hitting at a higher rate. And I'm like, I'm stupid to be doing, having 8 plays, doing 500 on all of them, picking one to do 1,000 on, and that's when I realized that the bigger plays, the stronger plays, well, not the bigger, but the stronger plays that I like, I should be doing bigger and put more units on them and stuff, and ultimately then make more money. So I think it was 2020 or whatever.
It was late 2020. If I
it was like January.
That's when we connected.
It was January when I made the switch. So
okay.
I remember the month. Because I had done like half of January my old way, and then that's when I made the switch.
You're right.
So
you're right. Yep.
Yeah, did that, and then that's honestly when shit kind of started to take off for me, is when I made that switch. And there's nothing wrong with doing all 1 unit stuff and rare 2 unit plays, but for me to do this for a living and to get to where I needed to be to do it for a living, I can't do that with 1 unit plays. You know what I mean? Like, you go 7 and 4. Well, with the juice, you might make 1.5 units or something. You know what I mean? And that's just wasn't enough for me. And besides that, I was hitting my stronger plays at a higher rate and stuff. But just like yesterday, I had a 4 unit play and a 3 unit play. It doesn't always work out, guys. but it's a system, it's a process, and it's all about long-term numbers and all that stuff. So, and like I talked about in the email yesterday, you truly have to view this as like, I view it as like the stock market. When you go with the stockbroker, you invest in a stock, you invest X amount of dollars. It's the same thing in sports betting. So maybe you invest $5,000 in this stock that's supposed to, in a year from now, be up 200%. You're taking a chance, just like with sports betting. You're taking a chance. So maybe you invest, you have a bankroll of $5,000 and invest, buy a package, week, month, year, whatever. And then you use that as your investment. One unit is 1% of your bankroll. So if you got $5,000, your $50 units. And how I do it is you bet to win that amount of unit. So if it's a 1 unit play, you're betting to win 50. So if it's minus 120 odds, you're risking obviously over 50 to win 50. A 4 unit play, then you're betting to win 200. And that's how it works. And as time goes on and stuff, I think you'll see it's just all about growing the bankroll. So that's why I kind of laugh when you get stuff like that. Like yesterday, like in stock market terms, your stock went down 9.5% yesterday. Well, the reality is the day before it was up almost 8%. So as far as those 2 days are concerned, it's about a wash. And regardless, the last 30 days, we're still up almost 30 units. And if you're VIP, you'll probably agree with me that we had a little bit more, not all of them are bad beats. Not everything's a bad beat, but there was some good reads that didn't work out. Like that Oilers spot drives me nuts, up 4-1 at the end of the first period, and you lose 5-4 in a shootout. You don't score again after that. There's absolutely no excuse for that. Just pathetic. The Flames blowing a 3-1 lead with 2 minutes to go in the game. Like, I would say the Flames.
Why is it always those two?
It always is. It always is. Arizona scoring, I think, 3 points in the last 5 minutes of the game to lose by 2 points, the spread. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Yeah.
So the reality is, though, you're always going to have stuff like that happen. I just think in the last week, 10 days, we've just had more of it. That's all. And then it's easier to focus on that stuff, when you do have more of it. But I never change a damn thing. Yesterday, if I was up 20 units or down 20 units, today I'm doing everything the exact same way. I have the plays I have for the units that I have because that's what it is. Being up 20 units yesterday or being down the 9.5 like we were doesn't affect how I do anything today. I'm not throwing out big plays today trying to get yesterday's losses back. That's not how it works. If I didn't like the shit that I have up, it wouldn't be up. If I didn't like it as much as I did, it wouldn't be a 3 unit play. It wouldn't be a 2 unit play. You know what I mean? So the biggest thing is you got to save up something. I mean, it's really tough to do. I recommend at least $3,000 at least, so you can do $30 units. You can do $1,000 bankroll and do $10 units. And if we, go on another heater here, like we did, you double, triple your unit size pretty damn quick. So it is possible to do with that. But ideally at least $3,000 so you can do $30 units, start there. And just build it up. And the name of the game, guys, is growing. Try not to take profits from it. You know what I'm saying? So if we have like 4 weeks ago, we had a 28 unit week, then we had a 20 unit week. And then 2 weeks ago, we were down 12 units. I think last week we were down 7. So in the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks now, we're still up about 30 units, right? Try to reinvest that into your bankroll. So now, say you had a $3,000 bankroll. Well, you're still up almost 30 units in the last 35 days. So say you started 35 days ago, you take 35. 30 units times $30 a unit, you'd be up 900. So if you started 35 days ago, you'd be still up $900, $30 units. At 30 units, that's $900, right? So rather than taking that 900 out and keeping it and keeping your units at $30, Now, realistically, you got 3,900. Now you could do $40 units. You see what I'm saying? So as your bankroll grows, you can adjust your unit size based on your bankroll. So somebody that started with $3,000 bankroll, $30 units, about a month ago, now would have about 4,000. So they'd be up about $1,000 and now be able to do $40 units. Keep that going. And then once you get to $5,000, you can bump it up to $50 units. Once you get up to $6,000, you can do $60 units, and on and on and on. Once you get up to $10,000, then you can start doing $100 units. It's all about growing the bankroll. So the more, that's why I laugh. Like when I have like a 2-unit day, it sounds really small, but I make $2,000, guys. Even $100 unit better makes $200. $2,000 a day. Fuck, I'd take that every single day, 30 days. I mean, that's $60,000 a month. Fucking give it to me. Great. Fucking love it. So that's why I laugh when people are like disappointed with 2-unit days and shit. It's like, guys, if we average that every day, every month, that'd be 60-unit months. That's fucking insane. So it's all just an average, a lot of numbers, just averages. So even our 29 units over the last 35 days, that's 0.83 units a day. So over the last 35 days, I've averaged making, me personally, $830 a day every day for the last 35 days. That's not bad. That's not fucking bad. Even $100 unit better, making $83 every single day straight for the last 35 days. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way you got to start looking at stuff. But I understand if you got to pull profits out to pay bills or buy something or whatever, but try to reinvest it in your bankroll and grow your unit size, because that's how you're going to get to the point you want to get to, Jimmy, where you can actually make that step, quit your job. And I think it's really probably pretty tough to do until you get up to at least 500 to 1,000 a unit. I think it'd be pretty tough to do, because even at $100 a unit, we have a 50-unit month. That's $5,000. That's okay, but you're not going to have 50-unit months every month. So even, but when you get up to 1,000 a unit, if you can average, that's the difference right there. Just doing 5 units a month at 1,000 a unit, that's $5,000. You have to do 50 units at $100 a unit to make the same amount of money. You see what I'm saying? So when you get up to the bigger units, you don't have to make, realistically, guys, if you were trying to make $5,000 a month, you could put $5,000 on a play. And if it hits, great. Not bet the rest of the month, and you got your $5,000 for the month. And if it doesn't hit, put 10 on the next one. Doesn't hit, put 15 on the next one until you hit it, and you could just be done. Realistically, I could fucking do that, and it would work. If you got the bankroll to do it, you could keep doubling it up until you do it.
You're not wrong.
You're not going to lose 4, 5, 6, 7. You're not going to lose 8 plays.
You hope not.
Well,
you hope not.
It ain't gonna happen.
Well, you're not, but a guy like me, my worst stretch was 0-17.
But that's the difference. Is 5 units in a month to me is $5,000. 5 units a month to $100 unit better is $500. So that's why I say you really got to probably get up to $1,000 a unit to be able to walk away from your job. So it's just something to think about. But that's where you got to get your mind to. Don't think short term. Don't think just right now. Think ahead. Strategize. Be smart. Don't do stupid shit. We've all done it. And that's why, if you're looking at mistakes you made in the past, that's why you're in the same spot you're in now. So if you truly want to change that, knock that shit out. Just because a game's on TV doesn't mean you have to bet it. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. I don't cap games based on what's TV or what's on TV. It might look like it sometimes because I take a lot of the bigger games and shit that are on TV and the big primetime games, but that's just because like Big 12 games, it's just teams that I'm familiar with. It's teams I watch a lot, and that's why I bet on them a lot. And I bet on the Clippers a lot. They happen to be on TNT a lot. I don't control the TV schedule. But what I'm saying is, just because a game's on TV or something, or you're going to be watching it or going to it, doesn't mean you have to bet it. You know what I mean? Like I have somebody who texts me all the time. What do you think about this game, that game? I'm like, and he tails everything on my card. I'm like, bro, we got 8 plays today. You don't need fucking 14. You know what I mean? Like there's no point. You don't need to. And then what he'll do is, I'll have Sunday went 7-3 for 7.6. Well, he took 3 extra games and ended up up a unit because he took those extra 3 games, and now he just cost himself 6 units. And then Monday, yesterday, he did it right, and he lost 9.5 yesterday. So rather than being down 2 units over the last 2 days, now he's down even more because he got off process. He got off script.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not responsible for that, guys. If you're doing your own shit, that's your choice. It's ultimately your money, but don't blame me for that shit or take it out on me. The numbers are what they are, and the numbers talk at the end of the day. So nobody can sit here and argue that I'm not up about 30 units in the last 35 days because it's all documented. Just like some guy chirping about my free play that lost. I'm still 12-3, 80% in the last 15. And I challenge fucking anybody out there. Who the fuck else is 12-3 in the last 15, picking minus 110, minus 120 shit? I'm not giving out minus 400 money lines, telling you to take the Lightning tonight on the money line minus 600 and bragging that I got a 12-3 free play run. I don't do that shit. There are services out there that do that. Tell you to take a minus 300 money line as their goat whale lock 50 unit lock of the year and shit. I don't do that. So
you're right. You're right, man. Well, we always say it boils down to a true mental shift. That's just really what it is. And for clients that have emailed in and, we've kind of touched on, well, if you're doing your own plays, I always advise if you are doing your own plays, maybe have a separate book that you do that on, because everybody is still in this to have fun and have a good time. And if you want to bet the game that's on TNT, maybe it's lower units than what you're investing in Midwest Mike Sports, but you're still having fun. You still got a little action on it, and you're having a good time. But keep that set of money, whatever that bankroll is, keep it separate from what you're doing here, because when you're combining it and everything's together and everything's, you really don't even notice when we do have big nights, or if we have down nights, it could get even worse if you're down as well. So it's if you want to do that, keep it separate. That's my best advice. But it's a big mental shift. And Gavin, you commented on my 0-17. I was only betting like $10 units at that point in time. It's when I was first starting. But it was bad, man. I was like, I can't hit shit.
Ryan's got a good question. Here's my take on trends. I weight them and stuff, but I really don't, if that makes sense. A trend is a trend. Like yesterday, there were so many trends that would have told you to take Kansas. Bill Self not losing to the same team twice in a season, only 2 or 3 times in his 80-year career. They're 16-1 in their last 17 versus them, whatever the trends were. I know there's a lot of them that told you to take Kansas last night, but the way I look at trends is it's just a trend. It has no impact on that game. This is the trends don't tell you that this is the best TCU team in how many years. Trends don't tell you, the entire story, especially in college basketball, where every year, 2 years, 3 years, you got different guys. This isn't the NBA where you sign a guy for 8 years. So I don't, but there is trends, for example, like the Big Ten this year. Big Ten home favorites are like 60-17, like 77% straight up. Now, that's a trend when you're looking at a home favorite that might, push you over the edge and play it or something. But that's just straight up, right? Some of these favorites are minus 9.5. You're obviously not going to lay minus 900 on a money line. And, because if you lose that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, 77% is sexy, but you got to look at, we're betting spreads, right? So yeah, there's trends, and I'll mention trends and stuffs and write-ups, but it's not the reason why I'm taking it, because it's just a trend, and there's always different situations. You might have 3 injured guys this time, that the last 10 games, those guys played, right? So you got to factor in all that stuff. So I wouldn't bet just on trends or blindly bet trends or anything. Look at them; they're interesting and stuff, and there is some stuff there, but there's so much more to it than just trends. You can't just bet just based on trends. Just like I said, the trends yesterday. I don't give a shit what Kansas versus TCU, how many they beat them in a row. TCU has not had this good of a basketball team in forever. And really, we'll see come tourney time, but Kansas is a great team. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see them winning it. I don't even think they'll make it to the Final Four. We'll see. These guys are playing heavy minutes. There's pretty much 6 players playing fucking the entire game. Literally, there's a couple other guys that get under 5 minutes a game, and everyone else is pretty much playing 35 to 40 minutes a game. So we'll see how that works for Kansas down the stretch here, especially in conference time when you're playing back-to-back games or your third game in, 3 days, back to back to back. That shit don't work then. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting. But a trend is a trend, and that's all it is. But it doesn't tell you shit about this game. Just like the Cowboys-Bucks. Bucks dominated all the trends. Tom Brady owns the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a fucking trend. We hammered the Cowboys because of the situation now, not based on the last 3 years or, 10 years or 8 matchups or whatever it was. So they're nice, but you can't get caught up in them. So
no, you definitely can't. And, when you're talking about playoff football and everything like that, those false narratives that get pushed by the media and get pushed by sports.
I love it. I like betting on this.
They love pushing these trends, especially that Cowboys. It's a perfect example.
Or the Andy Dalton shit on Monday Night Football or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just I love going against that shit.
Yeah.
It makes me like it even more.
Yeah. Legit. If they're pushing it, yeah. And if you do like the other
Bucks
side,
are a terrible football team. Who gives a fuck if Tom Brady was 7-1 in his last 8 versus the Cowboys or 7-0, whatever the fuck it was? Who gives a fuck? The Bucks suck this year. When he was playing with the Patriots and the other Bucks team and all this shit, that was a completely different team than the Bucks this year. So throw the fucking trends out the window. You can't factor that in just because he's Tom Brady. You could have me and Mike out there at fucking center and wide receiver. What, you still going to bet it because of a trend? Fuck no.
I'd bet on myself.
Maybe. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're right, man. You're right. Don't get caught up in it. Sometimes it can be a toss you over the edge, but don't get caught up in it. Okay, that pretty much concludes today's show.
We got NBA back Thursday.
I can't wait. I get the shakes over.
What do we got?
The shakes over here, man. I don't. The Nuggets. I was looking ahead against the Cavs. Nuggets are plus 2.5.
Pistons, Magic, Pelicans, Raptors, Grizzlies, Sixers, Spurs, Mavs, Utah, OKC, Lakers, Golden State, and the Kings in Portland. Here's an interesting thing I was watching yesterday. I think they're talking about the Mavs having the easiest schedule the rest of the way.
I was just going to say that.
They're 5 games back of Memphis, 5.5 games back of Memphis. And Memphis has been really bad on the road, still dealing with some injuries. Dallas is probably should finish out the season pretty good here, but there's a futures thing at like plus 375 or plus 400 for Dallas to catch Memphis and win the division. But there's not a ton of games left. I think there's 20, 22 games left, whatever it is.
Right.
So catching up 5 games it's a big ask, but yeah, I think the Mavs will make a push here. They got the easiest schedule the rest of the way. I guess their first game back is home against the Spurs. Can't really get any easier than that. So
no.
Memphis first game back on the road against Philly. So it'll be interesting. The West is so and you hear LeBron talk about how this is the most important games in his career and all this shit. And I think they'll make the play-in, dude. They're only a couple games back of the 10.
3.5. Yeah, 3.5
Simmons
games.
is out now for the Trailblazers, so they'll probably fall a little bit.
Sure.
Utah's up there, but are they going to keep doing what they're doing? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But the West, I mean, literally just a few games can separate you 5-6 spots in the playoff race. It's insane.
Legit.
So
It is.
it's gonna be a crazy finish. Westbrook now with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I really don't.
He gets to keep his house in LA. Kind of happy for him, you know. Would suck.
Yeah.
You have to sell it and move out.
I don't know, man. I will say the Suns have always been one of my favorite teams. I'm excited to see KD when he comes back. See what they can do.
Should be in the next week or two.
Is that
right?
that's
I hope. I mean, when's he gonna pop back in? Come on now.
I thought it was at least a couple weeks, but
I hope not. I hope not. I do. Dude, I really love the Mavs, man. When I saw that this morning on ESPN about the strength of schedule, I just love it because I've been talking about it for weeks about positive regression for this team ATS. Now I know minus 13.5 is on Thursday is maybe a tall task for this team, how bad they've been ATS, but I really like them in the second half. Positive regression, man. I really, really do. I think they're going to come together. I do.
And I hate Memphis, so I hope they fall. I hate Memphis.
I know you do. I can't wait.
Brooks
I can't wait to talk about this.
I'm sorry, but I'm not fans of either one of them. They're probably my two most hated players in the NBA, and they're on the same team. So
yeah,
Brooks is just a dirty fucking player, man.
He is, man.
Morant talks so much shit, and he's never done shit. All the fucking guy can do is drive to the basket, get fouled every fucking time. I mean, he's starting to hit some more threes and shit here and there. But he talks so much shit for not accomplishing absolutely fucking nothing. So he acts like he's fucking Michael Jordan and has never even been to the conference fucking finals. So
yeah, you know, I mean, I agree with you with Brooks, and I do think Ja tends to overspeak a bit, but he is a human highlight reel. I think he's good for the game and for the marketing of the NBA, and I got to applaud him for that. And you know what? He genuinely does look like he's having fun out there, which I do think from like a fan standpoint, it is kind of nice and refreshing to see because you guys got like Anthony Davis out there. He just looks pissed off that he's there. Well, I'm sorry you get paid millions of dollars to, you know, play basketball and live your dream. I mean, I'm so sorry. Sometimes he just looks like he doesn't want to be there, winning or losing. It doesn't matter. So I do applaud Ja for at least having fun out there.
You think the Lakers will make the play-in? I'm not talking playoffs, but the play-in tournament.
I think so. I like the reconstruction of the team. I like Russell. I think he's going to get way more aggressive. I think I know we talked about it many times on how he should be taking over games in Minnesota. I think he can do that. I think he's going to take the load off of AD a little bit. LeBron's still going to get his regardless. I like Reeves over there. He's still there. I like the pieces that they brought in. They got lengthier. They got more athletic. They got better defensively, better shooters. I mean, it reminds us a lot of that Cleveland Cavaliers year when they had to make all those trades. They had Derrick Rose on the team, D Wade on the team. They traded a bunch of guys and got all new guys, ended up making the finals. Not saying the Lakers are going to do that. But
AD's going to have to stay healthy, and
he's going to have to. But LeBron has been through this before where the team is literally turned over in the middle of the year, and now they got to make a playoff push. I think they do it, man. I think they do it. It's good for the game, too, man. LeBron's got to be in some form of something for the playoffs. It's good for the game. And I don't agree with him. All these are the most important. I mean, he could do nothing the rest of his career. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's, you know, regarded as the GOAT, self-proclaimed by bringing GOATs into a club.
Wants to make the playoffs, doesn't want to be out two straight years.
But I do think that this is potentially a defining moment for his Lakers career because he did break the all-time scoring record as a Laker. That will forever be regarded in the history books of the NBA. He's got the pieces to do it now. Can they make a little push, because they did miss him last year? He's kind of been dealing with a little injury problems the last couple years. He's only getting older. He's got AD there. I mean, they can't mosey around anymore. They moseyed around for way too long with Russell Westbrook, and now they have the pieces to do it.
Pat
And
Bev's
everybody seems pumped. What's up?
Pat Bev to the Bulls.
Who cares?
You Bulls, man.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun to watch if I go to a game, but I mean, just another player in basketball hell going to a team in basketball hell. I mean, Pat Bev's one of the worst offensive players in the league. He's bad. He's
Besides
good.
That one game.
Besides that, yeah, exactly. Besides that one where I go, is this guy gonna beat us right now, dude?
Taking a rebound for a dunk and hitting twos.
Like he's 25 again, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, the Bulls, they just shut down Lonzo. I think that came out today.
Yeah. Well, why? Why would you?
Yeah, they're done, man. I mean, Pev's talking about a playoff push with the Bulls. Come on, bro. I mean, they are weak.
That's a lot of shit.
I know, but the Bulls are a bad basketball team, man. They're just bad. They're checked out mentally. DeRozan wants to go.
Oh, man.
Blow it up. Blow it up again. Here we go again. But I don't know. I'm excited to talk NBA on Thursday. I can't wait. Like I said, I have the shakes. So
I think the Nets could still be decent. They gave their coach an extension. They got some pieces. It's just it'll be a fun team to watch, I think, and just see how they do here.
I think they could perform halfway decent in the ATS. I think they could cover some spreads because the market's going to be low on them.
Well, and they got some picks now coming up, and I think there'll be a team to watch out for in the future. Let's put it that way.
Ben Simmons to China. He's bad. He's bad. I can't stand him. No, I can't stand him, man. It's just true physique. Just no. There's just no reason for his athletic ability for him to not have excelled past his rookie year, which is his best year. He don't want to play. And I just ship him overseas.
Oh, ever since last year in the playoffs when he could have played and was like, no, I'm not playing. I'm still hurt or whatever, like that bullshit. Any competitor wants to play in the playoffs for their team, dude. That just told me everything about that motherfucker right there. Like, no.
He's afraid to shoot, man. He's afraid to shoot the ball.
He just wants to get paid. He doesn't want to play. That's it.
Correct. He wants to look all swagged out on the bench and maybe go in. He wants the Blake Griffin career. He wants to go in for 5-7 minutes, do his little thing.
Wait, you don't remember that last year? Like they cleared him to play, like your back's good, and then he's like, no, I'm not good. I'm not playing. It's like,
yeah. Dude, he's wild, man. He's wild.
Bizarre, dude. Like you wouldn't even give it a shot. It's the fucking playoffs. What's the worst case scenario? You tweak it a little bit and you're out for the rest of the playoffs. You're sitting anyways. Gives a fuck.
He's worried about his potential next contract.
Yeah.
Which is probably not going to happen. I mean, he's good. He's great on defense. I'm not going to ever take that away from him. He's great just by his athletic ability, which I'm talking about. But how are you not working your ass off every single day for 14 hours a day in that gym working on your jumper?
He doesn't want
go to a therapist. Get your mind right. Do something.
Out spending money, man.
I know. I don't
why practice your jump shot when you can go buy a new car?
You're right. I used to, my worst player in the NBA I used to hate the most was Russell Westbrook. I couldn't stand him. And I think that was mostly because of the media attention that would be given to him, or people would say, oh, Russ is good. He's not good. He's not a good basketball player. He's flashy, but he's not good.
Well, when you shoot 40 times a game, you should score 25.
Correct. That's what I always said. But I don't think that had anything to do actually with Russell Westbrook. I just genuinely don't like Ben Simmons. I don't like him. I think he's just, I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like him. And he is now my least favorite player. I'm actually rooting for Russ. I hope he does well with the Clippers because
Well, I like the Clippers.
I like them too. I like them too. And I like Kawhi. I like PG. Russ and PG have experience together. You know, let's see.
See, I like Reggie Jackson, so I'm sad to see him go.
Now, Reggie is where?
I don't even
Did Reggie?
I can't remember where. Did he go to like Charlotte or?
I don't know.
I think he did. I think he's with the Hornets.
No, I thought a good team picked him up. Is he with the Nuggets?
Really?
He's with the Nuggets, man. But Hornets bought him out. So he went to Charlotte. They bought him out, and now he's going to Denver.
Wow. I like that.
That's amazing, man.
That's big.
Huge. I mean, just a great all-around.
Here's if you got rid of Bones Highland.
I'll take Reggie.
I like Reggie. Me and Reggie are tight. If you don't remember the last year's play-in game, the Clippers Pelicans in LA, we got to know each other.
He had to come up and personally say hello to you during the game, man. He got fined.
Fucking came running right into me, man. Should have fucking chewed him, pulled him back muscles, man.
Shoot. Yeah. That was cool, man. That was cool. But yeah, that's a big signing for the Nuggets. Big signing.
And our Nuggets future. 1,500 to win 30,000.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dude, what a call. What a call. And that was damn preseason. I don't even think the season started yet.
Posted it early October, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
thrown in here. Are you serious? Yes. Signed Denver. That's big, man. It's that second unit. Now you don't really have to worry about Jamal.
He was a starter on the Clippers.
Right.
And the Clippers also have one of the guys in the running for sixth man of the year, Norman Powell. Mm-hmm. They're deep. And now they added Plumlee.
Yeah.
I think they got Plumlee now too, right?
I think so.
They're
who, Denver or the Clippers?
No, the Clippers.
Clippers did, yeah. Who did the Nuggets? They added a center too, from the Lakers.
Oh, Thomas Bryant,
who was having a great year.
Yeah.
Nuggets just got deep, man. That second unit's looking good. Yeah. And even in the playoffs, if you need a little defense, you throw Caldwell Pope on the second unit. You throw Reggie at the point and play Jamal off the ball.
Well, yeah, Reggie don't play no D, but he can.
He does all right in the playoffs. He picks his spots.
Yeah.
Picks his spots. All right, that concludes today's show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Mike, any closing notes quickly?
Let's have a day.
Let's have a day, man. Let's have a day. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on Thursday. As always, invest wisely and live freely.